And so, as is the norm, we let the elders lead it up. Because the elders who have run the race has got to hand over the baton to the youngsters. Hold your hands as we work together to claim victory again and again for the People's National Party. And we welcome Sanchez and Mary Town from an early Taylor. You must have something to say to the electorate tonight. Give me more topic. Trouble such man, and I tell such man, say if him live in a glass house, he don't be chose one. Come down, selector, run it again. If you live in a glass, come back with that answer. Come down with it. Such man. I want to listen to Comrade Shaka and watching TV. Comrades, one and all, I know Comrade Dr. Guy is somewhere around. And Comrade Floyd Morris is somewhere around. And Comrade Councillor for the Islington Division, I saw him a moment ago. And Comrade Mayor is somewhere around. Comrades, so if I don't call your name, remember when we get old and when the hundreds and thousands of you me can't see your face so good. So if me left you out, forgive me. But the whole heap of comrades there. Lift up the king selector, come down with again. If you live in a glass house, don't choose stone. We want to hear that one day. Because such man in a glass house, I trouble PNP, and he's on mercy in house up and good. Come on, sir. Yes, thank you very much. Comrades of Bailingsdale, comrades of Trial, comrades of Trinity, comrades from Port Maria, comrades from Hampstead, comrades from Sunside, comrades all around, a pleasant good evening to you all. It is good to see you this evening. And I must draw scripture Because a scripture in Psalm says, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. I'm going to be short. I just want to welcome you and say to you that when you leave here tonight, your task is clearly defined for you. You have a simple task to do, and the simple task is to make sure that you and your household and your neighbor turn out when the time comes, so that when the trumpet sound, we will be walking up Duke Street, the People's National Party, to form the government of Jamaica. So remember, carry yourself, carry your family, carry your neighbor, and anybody else you can carry with you to the polling station on election day. By 10 o'clock, Comrade Omar Newell, Comrade Chris Brown, Comrade Omar Woodbine, St. Mary, must God clear, rally up, God bless you, thank you all. We want to come with you. Yeah! What a way to kick it off! The wall of St. Mary, God hurry the burden, no longer will Central St. Mary belong in Parliament, entire St. Mary, and that said, oh, you know, a big man walking a while ago, while Comrade Taylor was talking, and him said to me, down and south, everything done. Comrade Christopher Brown is in the house. Comrade, I want you, I see you beating them on social media. I see you call Ralston and you beat them down with the budget. And you teach them, you beat them. I want you come and talk to Central St. Mary. Why they should make no mistake. But by 10 o'clock, as the man said, Central St. Mary must be declared for Omar Newell. Comrade Saka. St. Mary. St. Mary. St. Mary. St. Mary. Beat the vines and legs to the mind now. They will never ever take. Now show tonight, St. Mary. Let me see the bombs. St. Mary. Hold on. Comrades, how you feeling? Comrades, how you feeling? Are you ready? Comrade Chairman, Comrade Dr. Morris Guy, Member of Parliament for the Great Region 2. It's one MP Region 2. Give Comrade Guy a big round of applause. Because this time, we want 7 out of 7 for Region 2. Serious time. Comrades, I want to quiet down a little bit. Because the MPs, the MC said we must start too. And I want to tell you some serious thing. If you don't love your same boat, we are going to answer. Everybody will love your same boat, we are going to answer. Comrades, I want to tell the labor rights them this. Anybody vote for the GLP in the next election is a vote against your same boat. All them to take for the youth money. And the Prime Minister spoke for 5 hours in the Parliament. And Favour Williams spoke for 5 hours. That's 10 hours. And then no mention nothing about your same old money. What can go so? Comrades, let me tell you something. Jamaica is in trouble again. Jamaica is in trouble again. In 2008, when Bruce Gordon, Audley Shaw, and Andrew Holness wrecked the economy, they tell us that we were going to benefit from the recession. Jamaica is in an economic recession right now. And they are telling us that nothing will go so. The labor rights are challenging the dictionary. Open your phone and Google it. And ask your phone, what is an economical recession? And the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, will tell you it is 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. But the labor rights, they said this campaign is a battle for the truth. But truth and labor right now have no lot no part. No day, no time. Andrew Holness said it's a battle for the mind. It's only the devil battle Jesus Christ for your mind. So if Andrew going to battle for your mind, he's telling you that he's the devil. And you must fear the appearance of evil. So you must shun labor right. Comrades, this election is no joke. This election is for the future of your children and your children's children. But it is also for your future. If you plan to grow whole in Jamaica and you want to live comfortable, you must get rid of the labor rights who are mashing up this country, who are telling us lies, who are sinning every day, and therefore Jesus Christ is vexed with the Jamaican Labour Party right now. Comrades, let me tell you something. When PNP in power, more people make money. You didn't know that? It's not me say so, and the numbers say so. When Siaga won the election in 1980 and he lost in 1989, poverty was at 30%. You know what that means? If 3 million people live in Jamaica, over 900,000 can't pay a light bill, can't pay a water rate, can't buy food, can't find shelter. They lose and the PNP won. When we lost 2007, poverty was 9%. We carried down from 30 to 9. So instead of 1 million Jamaicans that suffer, we carried down to 300,000. And you make the mistake, put them back in power. And by 2012, they carried back to 20%. That means 600,000 Jamaicans start to suffer again. And I said, no, we're going to give it back to the PNP. And by 2016, we carried back down to 300,000. Right now, Labour right carried it back to about 350,000. So Andrew show you a chart with poverty up, but he tell you say down. How can you trust that man? Comrades, tonight is a good night. I'm a brethren of man Noel. The next sizzler will may ask you for selector. My brethren Omar Noel never tune to play for him. Come here, Omar. the next season of me and stuff up. Bash them down, can't lose. You know what this is like? Because the youth can't lose. Just like in the older days, chop off the peg and then make it roll away. Listen to what I got to say. Kentucky every day. Come up with the mash them down. Yeah! This is Omar can't lose some power. Power! I'm going to go to you. Yo! That was saying, Omar can't lose. Oh, we hear you again. Time come. Comrades, we have a lot of speakers here tonight. And I want to bring to you the next speaker, a senior comrade who also don't know how to lose. Help me welcome former mayor Port Maria, standing strong in Southeastern Mary, Comrade Lincoln Freeman, and welcome. Chairman, my colleague come first, and I have some relatives on this platform. Mr. Chairman, my councillor colleague and councillor in waiting, councillor in waiting, Sylvia. And as I was saying, I have some relatives on the platform. I have my godson, in whom I am well pleased. I have my brother from a different mother, Comrade Floyd Morris. I have another comrade at the front of the stage, and he is making everything crisp in Southeast St. Mary. I am aware my schoolmate is here. I'm a little bit older than him, but he has a couple months more than me in politics, in representative politics. When they welcome Comrade MP, Comrade Morris Guy. Comrades, I know you don't want me to lose my work, so I have to ensure that I welcome His Worship, the Mayor, Comrade Fitzroy Wilson. Let me go,
Comrades, there are a number of younger comrades on the platform, and I don't want to take up any of my time introducing them. Persons who are allotted a longer time than me can complete my task. But comrades, I like what I see, and I see what I want. Comrades, when I look in the crowd, I see the older comrades, I see the middle-aged comrades, and I see the young comrades. Comrades, we're coming from the east. If you notice, the MC started with Shaka in Portland. So when we come to the border, it's St. Mary. And Southeast St. Mary is next. So comrades, I will tell you this. That man is in the red shirt. There's no stopping him now. Comrades, I tell you this, from Comrade Brown, enter Southeast St. Mary, the man who is the MP, him don't talk to me again. I don't do him nothing, I don't threaten him, but based on our work in Southeast St. Mary, we shall overcome. Comrades, the whole comrades know me in Central, and I tell you this, there's no way Omar can lose this election. He has a team, a very good team. When I look at his cadre of councillors and one caretaker, they are hard workers. They will ensure that the battle is delivered in good order. So comrades, I say to you tonight, don't sit by, don't take nothing for granted. Because when we're coming from the east, with Southeast St. Mary, and we buck up in the Central, we're going to move to the west and ensure that St. Mary returns to the People's National Party. So I ask you, continue what you are doing and let it filter into Southeast St. Mary and into Western St. Mary. And whenever them people they call it, we will be an orange parish as it was before. Thank you, come.
Hear the man, the man, hear the man, the man. Hear comrade, hear the man. If I tell you that Southeast St. Mary ready, and we are Central, and we know Omar Newell is ready. So comrades, because we believe in greatness, and when the man them from that division said, I said Mary them come from, and his name is that of a great man. Comrades, you know who is coming next? Comrades, he's not quite Marcus, he's not Messiah, but he has the likeness and the namesake. And we welcome Councillor Garvey, Councillor Garvey from NHS.
the platform. Comrades, they look through the crowd and they look for the general. 5-star general. And Central Secretary. They have been walk the trenches from day one up to now. General, where are they? Big up yourself. You understand, say, the chairman of council is somewhere in the crowd. So, chairman of council, here, the senior council, who's in work tomorrow morning. So, I want to lose my work tomorrow morning. So, anybody there in the crowd, chairman of council, big up yourself. Comrades, warriors, workers of the People's National Party, a pleasant good night. Comrades, we ready? Oh man, that's how we like to. Comrades, a decision here, this enough. And we have a decision to make. By now in September this year. You can't come before that time too. Because we hear some complaint that go in the government as to when the election will. Because what we want to say to them saying, if you call it June, if you call it July, if you call it September, if you call it December, they'll be ready. Okay. We have a lot of work to do. And what we have said to the Congress tonight is that we understand that we have some Congress where I say they now vote because they don't get them. And we have said to the Congress tonight, any notion we have of such, they say you're not going to vote because you want it. They can put that one side. Because we have a decision. Because the future of your children, your grandchildren, your country, we have to get out there and vote. To ensure that we get rid of this one. Comrades, the country currently is at a state which part of the day 2011. And 2011, such man promised to become minister and eucalyptus island. We don't know, we're not going to promise for this time, you know, because probably a castor oil, we're not going to promise for this time. So therefore, you know that we don't promise for no castor oil, because we don't want to wash out. So therefore, get ready. Comrade, when you talk to them neighbor, them comrade neighbor, and when you talk to them friend, start talking to your friend from tonight. Then you comrade friend where you have a neighbor where you say you want to start every vote vote. Now we have to ensure that we get rid of this country. The country can run from autopilot. We want a proper government in place. Take care of the interests of the people of this country. So if we are united and then then we are counting to live on that. Give a part. And we can't take more than give a part. From the Eastern Division, I just want to say, I'm the Division in Portmore. I'm Western St. Mary, Southern St. Mary. I bring you greetings to you. Big up on yourself. God bless you. Let us go. Big things to you. God bless you.
I hear a comment Darby say, in a 2011, the man promised you bitter medicine. But what he never tell you is that while they were in opposition in 2016 and campaigning for government, he could promise everybody 1.8 million. It means something happened between 2011 and 2016 that we could have moved from bitter medicine to 1.8. It means the PMP government did an excellent job. Comrades, you hear Shaka tell you that we're on the way back to where we were in 2011. And it's another time for the rescue mission. Comrades, let me let you in on a little secret. I was at the expo last night, and as the comrade leader, Mark Golden, walking through the expo, and all of the business people them, I tell him, say, you have to come to them booth. Central St. Mary, guess who was walking with the comrade leader? Comrade, it's your candidate, Comrade Emmanuel, that was alongside the comrade leader at the expo. It means you have a cabinet minister in waiting. The comrade, and I can't hold up your time. I look at this here. We don't want division in the local government election. But we are going to fix it. And I want therefore call you, introduce you to the next councillor for the Hampstead division. The next time the PMP call the local government election. Help me welcome Central St. Mary's own Comrade Divisional.
Comrade Chairman, Comrade MP guy, Comrade Senator, after 5 months. Visiting council candidates, visiting councillors, visiting MP candidates, comrades, friends, people of Hampstead Division, my people. People from Port Maria Division, it's a twin conference. Let us join me in welcoming our comrades from the other division and constituencies. Comrade, I am Vivian Silvera, the champion from Hampstead Division. Comrade warrior for the people. Comrades, let me tell you something. State power matters. It matters. When you don't win, it's difficult. You cannot help your people. Comrades, I'm telling you, you have to work hard for this one. You have to ensure you get your MP in. Comrades, the only way we can get our Prime Minister is if we get our MPs. So we have to start from local to national. Comrades, we must do the groundwork, because if you don't do the groundwork, it's going to be difficult to win the election. Comrades, the groundwork has to do with your canvassing. Comrades, the groundwork has to do with talking to your neighbors, with finding the PMP who are not voting. Comrades, we have to do it. We have to do it. We have to ensure we know where the voters are before election day. Because, comrade, if you even have your council and your mayor and you're not in government, you don't have a minister, a local government minister, so that you can get what you need. It's up to them to give you what they want to give you. So we need our minister to look out for us. In order for us to get our minister, we have to win the election, turn it in, get Mark Golden in, so that he can fix it for us. So comrade, we have to work to win, because state powers matter. If you don't win, it's difficult because your MP cannot care for you. The resources just not there. So I'm asking you after tonight to please leave here with the mindset of winning at any cost. So we are going to go out and work for the win. All right, comrade? Pick up yourself from
I feel like the warriors of my father Barney and all power put my power on some. Selector, what we say? A PMP time now, a PMP people there. I don't consult to them. I serious PMP business. I feel like a PMP sitting with them. We're playing like a party with them, I'll do a party nice. But a PMP is something, we have to make PMP feel nice, right? Comrades, have any of you been to Port Maria lately? Comrades, have you been to Port Maria lately? You like how the hospital road are fixed up nice and a go on? You like how the sidewalk look nice and a go on? Comrades, and here we have a special visitor in the house tonight. Comrade, them say, a Rasta around the world, a Rasta around the world. I was just asking, have you been to Port Maria lately? You like the work we're going? You know this one PNP charge, how things look different in a Port Maria? So comrades, I want to bring to you your councillor from the Port Maria Division, Comrade Corrine McDonald, working
Because Division went on near PMP. We don't know that it is a political time in this. Not true. I will take it back. And what are we going to do too? We are going to take central to listen to me. We are going to work as a team. Right? Right, Chuck? team and take back Central plus the port we have already. Listen to me now, Corbin. Listen to me. My mayor and myself, we have been working very hard. And it's who at the forefront? Who are the minister? What minister we have? Nobody knows what minister we got. Alright, amazing. And yet still, we are doing the progress that we are doing. You don't see it? So that can imagine if we have been one minister, how that take place. So what that mean? What does that mean? That we are going to put in our holding in power, right? So we're going to carry with auntie, we uncle, we sister, we brother, and make sure that election day we go out and vote. Carry on what Michael Manley and Portia and PJ left, okay? So hard to make sure that who gonna power? Depending on you, just as I depended on you in the local government, that we work as a team so we will form the next government. Okay?
If you are here and your family at home want to watch, tell them go to Portland Spice TV at YouTube and then can see everything live. What me say? PARTLANDSPICE TV and watch it live. Comrades, let me tell you something. The Labour Party all like Noah and the Ark. Appear people over there. We have a young man who went into the Gale Division for PNP no win long time and show Brogan say he don't have no quality because he be a Gale, a champion of the Portland. Are you ready? Come on! Come on! For the word. Pull it back. Comrade, first I want to observe or acknowledge the protocol
has already been set. So Crawford, big up yourself, big up my mayor, big up Dr. Guy, MP, ex-MP, Comrade Omar Newell, Councillor for the Portmore Division, Comrade Montana, and all the comrades on the platform, Comrade Sylvia, big up yourself. The last time, comrades, the last time we had a meeting like this in Bailey'sville Square last year. We don't know what happened after that. Done. Alright. Today, comrades, we are at a serious point in our political journey. A serious point in Jamaica's political life. And we must know what we are doing when we go out there to campaign, when we go out there to spread the message of the People's National Party. Listen, we're not perfect. No one is perfect. But if we come together and we build on each other imperfections, we will win the next election. Comrades, the other day I see some man come in our Rockabessa division, come say them and give water. And a point that they give them water to the people. Comrades, comrades. There is no source to bring water to the people. They had an NWC truck filling the 1,000-gallon tanks at Ear Hill to give 1,200 people water in our community. These guys are Christians and you should not let them trickle into voting for them when the election is on. The time has come for us to rise up in Central and Western St. Mary and take back what is ours in Western. Comrades, the last time I ran a campaign in the Gale Division. The Prime Minister himself campaigned against me until 2 a.m. in the morning. Desperate. This time he come a little earlier. He come 8 o'clock in a Gale. But I'm telling you, with Comrade Omar Woodbine, it will be the same treatment over in Western St. Mary. Comrades, I know they would want you to think that nothing is not going on. But let me tell you, since we have been elected to the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, it is the most work is to do from any other councils that we sit down there. Portmore has been the cleanest under me of his travels. Hold on. Since I became councillor, because I know some work long before I become councillor. Since I became councillor, we get Puss Gully of road. Puss Gully was, I would say, a riverbed. Puss Gully of road. We put road a Bogaji. With the road and Malines a top road. Them places never see road yet. We're doing road up in Dresity, which has been a labor and bedrock. And a school is in that area. And it is so deplorable, the state of the road. And when yours truly, Comrade Councillor Byfield came in, we started the process and now they are getting roads. Comrades, a town like Gale, that is so historical, didn't have a welcome sign. And we put a welcome sign in Gale town to welcome people to the town of Gale, to show them that development can happen in Western St. Mary. But comrades, we have an MP who need to get rid of. Because I don't know if he believes that it is okay to carry the constituents like I'm carrying himself. Chaka chaka. Comrades. Comrades, listen to me, you know. Listen to me. Once you come off of the highway where PJ Patterson, every single road that is under the MP's responsibilities in a deplorable state. And we know say enough time I'm telling about Free Road and Dr. Guy Road. Free Road and Free Road.
people are using the road for promoting constituency. And the road is not deplorable state. If you're in Bonnygate and sick by the reach Port Mary Hospital, you're dead. If a house of burn down up a mine gully, by the time the fire truck reach up and you burn down, this man don't care about the people. And after 9 years of consistently being the MP and 13 in total because he was there from 2007 to 2012, what can this man show? We want somebody to go and sit in parliament and become a minister. Every single ministry this man going and fail. Every ministry going and kick him out. They kick him out of transport. They kick him out of security. They kick him out everywhere, but they kick him out. We want somebody that is competent. We want somebody to lead the people. Because, comrade, I am a youth. I come from London. And when we look back, comrade, progress in Sevilla, it made me believe that I can be something as well. Because the PNP is the education, the PNP is the land lease, the PNP is the NHT, the PNP is the road. When we talk about that, road. See how I say, road can't. And we see them come new highway and we see them go approach and we look at them back and say when we become the next government, that needs to change. Another comment there, don't touch my talking, my play there and comment there and put me there. Comrades, another emotional issue is how we brand Western St. Mary. Western St. Mary is one of the most picturesque places on the North Coast. Did you know that couples is in Western St. Mary, which is Orcharias, Western St. Mary, Ian Fleming Orcharias, Western St. Mary, Golden Eye, Western St. Mary. But they would want you to believe because you have a man that don't care about the people and the development and the constituency. They would want you to believe that all these things are in Australia. And so they can St. Mary, I don't know where but a St. Mary me come from. And a boy can't get me to run away. And if you like dream alone, that they wake up, go back to sleep. Comrades, I want us to be level-headed. Yes. Because they will come with their money because they know say yo, them keep it hungry. So when the time comes, they can buy a little good. Comrades, I want us to be steadfast. We have suffered now for the last 9 years. We can't suffer for one more day until we get to them done. We have suffered for 9 years. So we just can't suffer for one day until we get to them people here. 20 years back ago, and this is the way to I'm not to mention go and take some virgin money. I'm making father take God the thing. Comrades. I am saying, they don't say everybody might not get what they want from their councillors yet, but we need our MPs. I'm here asking you please, if you don't vex with me, don't ever vote for the PNP party. If you don't vex with me, don't ever vote for Arvin Woodbine, don't ever vote for Omar Newell, don't ever vote for Christopher Brown. If you don't vex with Mr. Wilson, don't ever vote for the PNP party and then come closer after. I am saying, comrades, we are family, and family have issues. I will deal with issues in a private. I will fix them in a private. Like I said earlier, no man is perfect. None are we, not perfect. And the time has come for us to come together because a united PNP cannot lose any election in Jamaica. So their aim is to always keep us divided. Comrades, the word is love. And me as a comrade, out. Turn on the mic a little more. Turn on the mic a little more. I don't want to speak out of my shout. I want to come in we have to do you know. So let's turn the mic up there. Say me, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for government? Are you ready for run? Let me tell you something. Every comrade needs to find 10 people to go vote. Everybody have their 10 of power. You have their 10 of power. So good. So good. Hold on. Let me tell you something. He talk truth. He talk truth. You never like how the MP, the Southeast sent me over there. You remember the MP that? When them kill, out of Southeast sent me over. And then they put in a man was said done. And it's done. And done no come. Comrades of St. Mary. Time come for a new direction. Time come for a new MP in Southeast St. Mary. Make some noise for comrades. Comrade Dr. Maurice Guy, Your Worship the Mayor, the next Member of Parliament for Central St. Mary, Comrade Omar. Northwestern St. Catherine, Comrade Damien Crawford. All of the comrades on the platform. Last year in February, St. Mary began the process of change. When we won the Gale Division, when we won the Boscobel Division, when we won the Rocabessa Division, when we won the Port Maria Division, we were able for the first time in 8 years to revamp the St. Mary Parish Council. Tonight, I bring you greetings. I bring you greetings from the southeastern end of the parish. From Anata Bay in the east. From Richmond in the west. From Belfast in the north. And Castleton in the south. I am here to tell you tonight that Southeastern Mary is done with done. I want to say something to you tonight about why we are PNP. We are not PNP for the plyboard, for the blocks and cement. We are not PNP for the chicken, for the goat and the cow. We are not PNP for the water tank, the zinc and the road bushing. First of all, we are PNP because it is the People's Party. We have always put the people at the center of all that we do. So while we seek to balance the books, we have always been about balancing people's lives. We are PNP because we are the party that has always been at the forefront of every major change in this country. When it was adult suffrage and the right to vote, it was the PNP. When it was the movement towards independence, it was the PNP. When it was the movement towards the social reforms of the 1970s, it was the PNP. Comrades, we are the PNP because we are the regional party. It was Norman Manley who fought against the issues of colonialism and led the PNP and the Caribbean towards self-government. It was Norman Manley and the PNP who fought against apartheid. It was Michael Manley and the People's National Party that led the movement towards CARICOM. Comrades, we are PNP because of the policies of the party as it relates to putting people first. We are the PNP because we are the party that governs for the many and not for the few. When it came to path, it was the PNP. When it came to the National Health Fund, it was the PNP. When it came to NHT, it was the PNP. When it came to freedom from oppression and freedom to fight for the rights of our people and the right to vote, it was the PNP. So comrades, we have the plan, we have the leaders, we have the ideas, we have the vision, we have the mission. So wave your flag for Emmanuel. We are PNP because at this crossroads today, when many are surviving on cash box, when many cannot cope with the cost of living, when many farmers feel marginalized, when our young people are hopeless, when professionals are struggling to feed their families and take care of their families. We have the plans and the vision once again to restore hope, to provide equity, to create a Jamaica that is fair, a Jamaica that is equitable, a Jamaica that is safe, where our youths can thrive. The elders are not left to suffer in substandard hospitals because they are poor. So if you are ready for the People's National Party, wave your flag. If you are ready for Mark Reagan, wave your flag. If you are ready for Anna Hooper, wave your flag. If you are ready for Chris Brown, wave your flag. If you are ready for Anna Newell, wave your flag. What a vibes! Alright? Alright? Vibes nice, don't? Let me tell you something, comrades. You have to understand what is happening. I don't have to go in the highways and the byways and preach the PNP gospel, because labor right is out to lie, deceive, and conjure paper. Hold on. You realize what the Prime Minister do? The Prime Minister put $1,000 on minimum wage. Hey! Hold on. Hold on. Go on, tell me something. 2016, minimum wage was $6,500. Now, minimum wage is $16,000. But I wonder if you don't understand the value of money. In 2016, a pound of chicken meat for Crawford cost between $120 and $180. So if we pass it at $150, $6,500 could have buy 45 pounds of chicken. Right now, chicken is between $350 and $420. Hold on. So if you cost it at $400, $16,000 can only buy 40 pounds of chicken. You didn't know that? So the $6,500 in 2016 value more than the $16,000. No, what can go so? Let me tell you something. Hold on, comrades. PNP have a superior team. The GLP don't have no vision. They don't have no ideas. So Andrew say, man, the best baby father for your ideas. When you see PNP start to work, them start to fret. When you look at Kingston right now, under Mia Swaby, they have never seen Kingston so clean. When you look at Port Maria right now, under his worship the mayor, Comrade Wilson, Port Maria has never been this clean. Are you ready? His worship the mayor, Comrade Wilson.
What you did?
Good evening, comrades. Good evening, comrades. I'm not going to be long tonight. I'm not going to go, but I must say to you, I want to acknowledge all my colleague comrades on the platform, all my colleague comrades. It is with respect, it is with commitment that I am here this evening. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. When friends were few, and we did not have any member of parliament, any councillor in Western St. Mary, we could always depend on Central St. Mary with Dr. Maurice Guy. It was always that we could call on Comrade Guy, and he would always be giving us guidance and providing for us in Western St. Mary. We have to heal the man and give a lot of respect. But I realize that the person that is representing in the next general election, Comrade Oman Noel, in following in the MP shoes very well. Because we can always depend on Noel in Western St. Mary. He's always there. I want to hear Oman Noel this evening. I want to say this. I hear such man let him work. Let him good police work. I come and say my future MP. Let me introduce you to the future member of Parliament. As mayor of Divisional, I am introducing you to the future member of Parliament. I am not feeling myself this evening. Most of you will understand that in Stratton we are mourning. Yesterday we had a tragic accident which took away 3 of my young comrades in Stratton. All 3 of them died. Another of them is battling in the St. Lansbury Hospital. And when I see what happened, I have to say to us, Dr. Guy, we have to win back government. When I see one of my comrades meet an accident and come and send Port Mary Hospital, I could not be cared for at the hospital. When I see him come there and they have to wait for the father to come from Trelawney, come pay $80,000, he go do one scan. PNP have to get rid of labor right out of this government. And it took that your parents, what if your family couldn't have done so? What if the person who met in that accident was from Westmoreland and the relatives couldn't come here to pay for a scan? And you are going to have a young man suffering in the hospital and the family members have to go pay our money, our private institution, before you can carry them, because a scan, you know what we're doing, before you can treat him. I said to you, my heart bleed. When I said to you, at least one of them would have been here with me tonight if it wasn't for that accident yesterday. I said to you, I am sad. I'm saying to you, we are hurt. Another thing I want to discuss, Comrade Guy, this is why Omar Newell has to go to Parliament. This is why Chris Brown has to go to Parliament. And this is why my member of Parliament to be have to go to Parliament. My members of Parliament have to represent the people and carry the people's message to Parliament. Let me say this. One of them in IJLP, one of like woman, was saying that the Minister of Works, what tell the people himself, no, a national works agency people must not come to the parish council to meet people. If the NWA was listening to us, all these 3 guys would have been alive today. We've been clamoring for some rumble strip. You know them little white thing where used to cross the road in Palitour Road. We're asking for them in the community. From last year, every day them say them coming to put up it. And nothing all today. I am sending a warning. We don't know say down at Western St. Mary and Stuart Town and Bascobel. We like to have fire lighting ceremony. When I say tire lighting ceremony, people can pass to a town for all weeks when ready. And I'm saying tonight, if the NWA do not come out and erect those strips so that the traffic can go more safer and curtail the speed in the town.
Economists can't see the line. Step up, step up. Love and fear. Step up, step up.
We're going to say this. Wait. I'm going to say this. Even the hurt realize the time come. I'm saying this, that we are working in Western St. Mary. I know that Chris Brown and his team is working in Southeast. I am 100% sure also that Omar Newell and his team is working in Central. My comrades, it is not time to cost for chicken. It is not time to cost for pipe work. It is not time to cost for cement and everything. It's time for us to settle down and get rid of this uncaring government that is here. I say to you, we don't have a bank in Port Mary that we can walk into that easily and do transactions. Most of the time, we don't have a bank machine in anywhere other than Port Mary. I say to you, time come to send with people in my parliament to tell the right message to bring it back. I will say this in closing. Rest in peace, the three generals, my comrades. Rest in peace. I want tonight to inform our audience, Comrade Newell, that my member of parliament in waiting asked me to apologize for him because he can't be here. The other Omar, which is Woodbine, is traveling overseas, visiting with his family before we lace up his shoes the right way. So he took a few days off, and he said, I'm going to spend it with him kids and his family because it is non-stop when we hit back the road next week. So in a few days, Omar Woodbine will be back with us. So I'm just apologizing for my member of parliament in waiting to say that he's not here this evening. It is not disrespect, but he has able and capable hands in his mayor that is representing him. I say to you, the comrades, I don't want to be drawn into some cascas with laborers. I don't want, when we try to clean up the town of Port Maria, we make laborers that talk about that to the vote by. Yes, we work with cleanliness, we work with order and peace. We are going to make Port Maria and St. Mary one of the greatest parishes in Jamaica. Port Maria is going to be one of the cleanest towns. So help me God. If the comrades can fall in line and know that the market is meant for bending, I don't know what to tell you. If the vending can't know, if the vendors who sell fish can't know, say there's a fish market, I don't know what to tell you. Still on the seaside. I am saying to you, the people of Western St. Mary, the people of St. Mary gave me a job to do, and I'm going to do my job. I want the support of all the comrades, as a matter of fact, all the people in St. Mary. We are seeing the changes in our capital. We are seeing the changes in Galetown. We are seeing the changes in Anatomy. Pretty soon, you will have a nice, decent market in Anatomy. We are seeing that in Orocobesa, we have a renovated market. We see we have a nice, clean market in Port Maria. Let us use it. Let me tell you this. With the power vested in me, the next World Cup or the next Olympics, you shall have a big screen in a Port Maria capital where we can go watch them in October. I work where I work. I'm a chick, I'm a chef. I'm a jerk, I'm a jerk. Let me say this to you, that I see some comrades don't understand the thing. We have one MP election coming up. No problem pressure the council and them to do certain things. We have to do our things calculated. We have to work so that our members of parliament candidates can win. After that, I am sending a warning to the Minister of Local Government. His days are numbered. And the People's National Party, St. Mary, is going to have their mayor. We are going to have 3 members of parliament. We are going to have our Minister of Local Government, our Minister of Finance, our Minister of Education, our Minister of Health, and we are going to have a People's National Party Prime Minister. On behalf of Western St. Mary, on behalf of the people of Boston Division who gave me this job, I want to say to you in Central St. Mary, the word is love. One home, one heart, one destiny. Give it up for the deal! Somebody please tell me St. Mary, another man from St. Mary, are you ready? The next Minister of Housing, the man said by vision, not by sight. Are you ready? Call the Professor, Senator Clyde Morris.
one more chance, my heart's still beating. I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling.
Comrade Chairman, Comrade Member of Parliament, Dr. Maurice Guy, Comrade Damian Crawford, my butcher brother, Comrade Chris Brown, my butcher brother, Comrade Omar Newell, me adopted Taylor brother, Comrade warriors and comrade foot soldiers of the People's National Party, the word is love. Comrades, a Bailey'sville me come from. But you know me travel from Kingston today. All through the junction, come straight to the Trinity. And when we reach out at Trinity Crossroad, me say to me driver, Bailey'sville look good. But comrades, when we come in a Bailey'sville square, I'm going to look to the east, I'm going to look to the west, I'm going to look to the north, I'm going to look to the south. PSP, Rita, we're sending a warning to the laborers. We're telling them that we have Western St. Mary land. We're telling them that we have Southeast St. Mary under control. And telling them that they can't touch Central St. Mary.
The foundation of the music.
Let me tell you, because I'm very mindful of the time I'm a want my brother Davian to speak. But the fact of the matter is, there are three things that we have to do tonight. One, we have to tell you the stinking truth. And two, we have to tell you some things what we have to do. The housing in a St. Mary. And three, I will say at the appropriate time. Comrades, let me tell you something. When we come to PNP meeting, we have to talk the truth, nothing but the truth, and the stinking truth. And comrades have heard the discussion going on in the public space about when election is due. And the truth of the matter is that in September 2025, the election is due constitutionally. But what I find amazing is that the labor rights don't want to call the election, even though them say them have things under control. In 2020, in the midst of COVID, Andrew Holness called an election in the midst of COVID 1 year before it was constitutionally due. So I want to know the stinking truth. Why in 2025 Andrew can't call the election? I said, Andrew in the garden. If he thinks that him so confident, I tell him say, call the election. Call the election if he's so confident. Because the PNP will give him a political backsliding whenever he comes. Comrades, the stinking truth.
I feel like I'm nervous
that we just had the national budget debate. And in the budget debate, our leader put forward a number of creative ideas. And one of them is related to the portfolio that I am responsible for. And the comrade leader told the country that we have to put in place creative measures to make sure that we lower the cost of housing for people in this country.
right here.
And in tell the country that under a People's National Party government, when we build our houses, those who are contributors to the NHP will not be paying for the land portion that go into the construction of housing. What that means is that the cost of housing for NHD contributors will be reduced by between $2.5 and $3 million, comrades. If that is big, I don't know what else is. And so, the ordinary Jamaican, the nurses, the doctors, the teachers, the lawyers can look forward to owning their own home.
God.
And if that wasn't enough, the comrade leader told the country that time comes to create the opportunities for our young people to own their own homes. And so we're gonna set up a special grant facility at the NHD where young people can get a grant to pay the deposit for the houses that they are going to purchase on the market. That is the speaking truth about what the People's National Party is going to do for young people to own their own homes in Jamaica. Land we love. And comrades, the comrade leader told the country again that we are going to be rolling out the program for the orderly renewal and transformation of infrastructure in all areas, what we call the Porsche Initiative. And the Porsche Initiative is going to ensure that we tear down zinc fences, build sidewalks, and improve communities and make life better for our Jamaican brothers and sisters. And in those Operation Pride communities, where the labor rights never paid any attention over the past 9 years, we are going to revive those Operation Pride initiatives. So in Port Maria, Dr. Guy started that Operation Pride initiative, and the labor rights abandoned the initiative. And I say to the comrades of Frontier Phase 1 and 2 that the Porsche is coming. I say to the comrades of Ibuka that the Porsche is coming. I say to the comrades of Huddersfield in Western St. Mary, the Porsche is coming. I say to the comrades of Bird Pillar in Southeast St. Mary that the Porsche is coming. Because when the People's National Party take back the reins of power, we are going to revive and revamp all of these Operation Pride schemes and complete them once and for all so that our people can live in dignity in this land of ours. And comrades, the third thing that I want to do tonight, I told him a couple months ago that I wasn't ready to do my thing yet. And I said so, Comrade Noel, when you're having that meeting with Hampstead and Port Maria, I want it in a Baileyfield Square. Because I'm going to talk the truth and nothing but the stinking truth. And I want to say to the comrades of Central St. Mary tonight that Comrade Omar Noel will have my 150% support in the election. The People's National Party is a democratic institution. And we have our internal election and that gone in 2023. Comrade Emmanuel and the brethren. And I want to say to the comrades of Baileyfield, of Port Maria, of Islington, of Hampstead, and of Highgate who supported me. Time come, we must make sure that we build the object and people of peace and support behind Conrad. Because let me tell you something. We now give St. Mary not dibby representation. So when you check down on Western St. Mary, a quality we are talking about. When you check in a Southeast St. Mary, a quality we are talking about. And when you come to Central St. Mary, it's extra quality in Conrad O'Malley. And we are setting yellow man. We are setting yellow man. Make sure, say that, Conrad Omar, make sure that the banner big and bold is placed on the fence line right down there, so bearing the image of the next member of parliament for Central St. Mary. Let me tell you something, comrades. In 2020, we won collectively all the polling divisions from Triangle straight back up to Albion Mountain by almost 300 votes. And I am saying to the people of Bailey'sville that Floyd Morris is your son. And I am not going to endorse a candidate who will not be vesting your interest in the Parliament of Jamaica. And so I say to you, put your full support behind Conrad O'Manuel and everything will be alright. Everything is going to be alright. Because one side is with Omar. Everything is going to be alright. God bless you, comrades. One love, one heart, as we march on together from this day forward. Come on, powerful man. Come here, come on, let's run, Morris. Something. I see some out, you know. I'm gonna tell you something. I see some comrades. I say, boy, they now work, God, them being come round for them side here. And then now vote, God, them never get this. And then I do this because they never get that. But I want to tell you something. This little lady, I don't know which constituency in Jamaica you can show me where she has not gone to work. She never asked to get this. She never asked to get that. She knew that PMP work needed to be done. And wherever the party sent her, she was there putting out her best. And now, a vacancy come up in a Centon, where little man named Xavier and run up and come and say he rule the place. But the owner to the yard come back, and so she's here tonight to support Comrade Emmanuel because real, campaign, Central Secretary, and the welcome, Comrade
Comrades of Central St. Mary, good night. Happy to see you. Place look good. Place orange. And we're doing well with the new head in Central St. Mary. Comrades, I want to talk to you about two things. One, I want to tell you where I am from. I'm coming from a constituency called Southwest Central, where the People's National Party has only won that seat twice. So this party has decided that 3 times a charm they've sent a young lady, myself, so that we can win the constituency. And we're doing the work. Right? So the second thing I want to talk to you about, because Omar said maybe keep it short, time run out, problem late. So the second thing is why I am here with you in Central St. Mary. I went to church this morning in my constituency. I walked the community. I stopped at Gabby's conference. And now I am here because Omar is truly a friend of mine. And his plight here is different from mine. I am fighting for a seat, but you are fortunate in Central St. Mary to have a member of parliament in Dr. Guy, where many other constituencies only have placeholders. So you are fortunate, and what Comrade Omar will be doing is building on the legacy of Dr. Guy to ensure that in Central St. Mary we get better and better and we continue to do well with you. Comrades, I want to let you know that the country is in better hands with this current People's National Party that is represented than the government that currently exists. We're not in the patching business. What we have is a patching government. We have a government that we cannot trust. And what you have here is a People's National Party who's committing and dedicating to doing the work for you and building on the legacy of our forefathers, Norman Manley, Michael Manley, Portia Simpson Miller, PJ Patterson, Dr. Peter Phillips, and Mark Jefferson Golding. We are here to do the work for you, comrades, and I want you to work with us. Work with Omar in Central St. Mary to ensure that we secure victory, because the next gentleman and party alone him too. And what we need is somebody who will come with us. We need a representative who is trusted and known. The business community is trusted. But we know him from school days. Right? So we know Omar from the little Agro. So I want you to continue to do well with Newell in Central St. Mary Conference. The world is yours.
When you talk about readiness, power, big up minister. Yeah, comrade. We are in Central, St. Mary, the PMP Bastion, in St. Mary, Central St. Mary. I want to bring to you a man who them licking up, them knocking down, he comes right back. Comrades, I want to bring to you a man who does not know how to lose an election. A man who has done continually needs no introduction. But when you're running very low and the battle has to be passed, please be welcome to one man, the right man, Dr. the leader of the Comrade, it's worship the mayor. Welcome. Welcome to the great constituency of Central St. Comrade, next member of parliament for Northwestern Catherine. Comrade Ross. Hear me. Next member of parliament in the constituency which I live, Comrade Christopher Brown, Southeast England. I want to acknowledge the opposition spokesman on housing and the senator and the professor at the University of the West Indies, Comrade Lloyd Murray. My councillors of Central St. Mary, Comrade McDonald and Comrade Harvey, and all the councillors who are here as well from the St. Mary Municipal Corporation. And comrades, my divisional chairman for the Hampstead Division, I want to welcome her to her own division. Comrade. Woman, comrade. I mentioned the other councillors from the municipal corporation, but my own councillor who will vote in a field division is here. Comrade Levan Freeman of the Belgian division. I want to acknowledge all the members of the YO who are here. And of course, comrades, I want to say to you, my comrades, respect, love, all the time, and always will be in my heart. Yes, sir, I see you. Comrades, when I look at the crowd tonight, I say, yes, this is what we are in Central St. Mary. And this is what we will demonstrate to them that we will be when they call elections. You know, comrades, I have a message for a certain lady who went to a parliamentary committee and spoke all sorts of legalese and said that the election not really due in September but can be called in December. But I want to say to that lady, and I want to say to our leader, bring it on. Anytime you're ready for it, we're ready for it. Call it. Call it, Andrew. Call it. Because we're ready over here. We're ready in Southeast. And we're ready in West Central. And we're ready as a party to tell the next government of this country. But you know, comrades, you know, there's a whole heap of man that run up and down now, you know, like most when fired out and tail. Because they recognize that the people no longer with them. And they might try to win back friends. But let me tell you something, comrades. Do not be fooled by them. We know the suffering that the Jamaican people are undergoing. We know when you take your picnic to the hospital, you have to wait till tomorrow before they get attended to. And when they get attended to, you have to wait till the next day to get the medicine or you have to buy it. Comrades, that never happened under PNP government. And I can tell you, comrades, that it will not happen under future PNP government. Because we are the party that cares for our people. And as Speaker said, we balance the finances by caring for our people. Comrades, you know, I am happy tonight when I look and see the number of comrades who are here. And I know this is a demonstration and a testament to the numbers who will come out when such man decide to call the election. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. And comrades, I know the night is long spent. And I don't intend to be up here for the entire night because we have other meetings that you will hear from your member of parliament. But the future is ahead of us. And tonight, comrades, I want to tell you that there is a candidate in Central St. Mary in whom I am well pleased. There's a candidate in Central St. Mary who will take it to the neighborhoods in the next election. There is a candidate in Central St. Mary who will uphold the principles of the People's National Party. There's a candidate in Central St. Mary who will have the conferencing and the state to your comrades. Brother, Omar, you will, I present to you the next member of parliament to the Central St. Mary, the man who is capable in the finances of the People's National We have any comrades tonight from the Hampstead Division in the house? Do we have any Port Maria comrades here tonight? What about the Islington Division? Are you represented here tonight? Then anybody there from Highgate? Well, I have to say comrade chairman. My good friend, the comrade Nelson Rose, who I met many years ago when I became a part of the regional executive and he was the chairman for Western St. Thomas. And my good friend, comrade Colin Bell, Shaka Fame. When I told Shaka Fame I want him to do a voiceover for the conference, Shaka Fame said on condition that he's the MC. And I said, well, you are the MC. It's funny you mentioned that because I meant to tell you. I want to thank you both. Comrade Member of Parliament, Comrade Dr. Guy. What a lot of you don't know. When I was abroad studying, Dr. Guy was one of the people who encouraged me to return and to participate and to get involved in the political process. Comrade Senator Professor Floyd Morris. As I said to you, Professor, Comrade, I don't think I need to say anything else tonight. I want to thank you for that resounding endorsement. And most importantly, I want to thank you for accepting me as a terrorist. Comrade Chris Brown, Comrade Chris and I have been friends for a long time.
He's somebody who I have learned a lot in this politics from. We have learned it from being on the same side, we have learned it from being on opposite side, but at all times, there's a lesson to learn where Chris Brown is concerned. In fact, he's the founding General Secretary of the Patriots, of which I was president for 4 years, 3 years. Comrade Damien Crawford, big up yourself, brother. I'm not going to talk long tonight. And the reason I'm not going to talk long is Comrade Damien, I'm a brother. When Damien was going to run, them time them live America, and them come on my yard in the Bronx, and we sit down and discuss some things. I'm not going into detail. And him saying tired, so I'm not talk long because I want to hear from him. Comrade Danishka. Oh God. Danishka has been such a good friend. I don't know how she managed her campaign and manage my social media and do all kind of things all across the country. So I have to big her up. She little but she tall her. And I am sure we have vegan water for her here tonight, so she'll feel very good. She's happy about it. I want to apologize for the absence of Comrade Deputy Mayor, Comrade Paul Fife. He's not feeling well and he asked me to apologize. Comrade Mayor, my brother and friend. Boy, let me get in trouble. Let me just call the name them. Comrade Byfield. Yo, Byfield. What go on, me see? Comrade Garvey. Comrade Vivian Silvera. Comrade Corinne McDonald. Comrade Corinne Taylor McDonald Diller. My godfather, Comrade Fez. Comrades on the platform. Comrades all. Good evening. I want to tell you a little bit about me, because I realize that there has been some attempt to create some confusion in the constituency about where Newell is from. My master Putney, son of Islington, born at the Port Maria Hospital, grew up between Islington and Highgate. My mother started the first hairdressing school in Highgate, and then she taught at the Horace Clark High School. Grew up in a one-bedroom house of a Highgate Comrade guy. Sicky. Went to St. Mary High School, skipped first form at Highgate Primary, skipped 6th grade at Highgate All Age, went to 7th grade at St. Mary High School, and had an opportunity to go abroad and to study and to return. So when them come and tell you, say Newell don't come from you, tell them say Newell is a traditional St. Mary Picnic when parents don't allow him to grow up out of the road like one Lego beast. So sorry if you never get a chance to come here. My auntie told me, and when Mark Golding came to Islington, the story was told that when Michael Manley came to Islington in 1972, the guava tree that I like to eat guava from is Michael Manley planted. Your candidate is a man of destiny and a son of the soil. I had a chance to leave and to go abroad and to study for a little bit. And pardon me if I won't mention my opponent's name. The reason I won't mention my opponent's name is because the last poll we did in the constituency says 97% of residents know or know of Omar Newell, and only about 60% know of the opponent. I'm not going to help increase that number. I won't help to increase that number. But what I would say is Islington grew me. Highgate grew me. When I went to Mirzai and my mother couldn't afford lunch, it's the old students of St. Mary High School who bought me lunch. And so I have a debt of gratitude to the St. Mary High School Old Students Association, people like Chris Burns. And so, when a man who was in a career for 20 years and went in one position and left in one position, feel like he can size up with a youth who come from poverty and who you nurtured and you sent him to business school and you sent him to law school and you turn him into a man. Tell them more size up. Baba! Do it to me, Yoda. The So when I came here earlier, my 10-year-old was with me. He had sports day last week, Friday. And him called me and him said, Daddy, I want a gold medal in the relay. And I want to take my medal to you. Because him saying here, a little man will never win nothing yet. I call himself the champ. And because he is the 10-year-old champ, he won't bring the medal to give them champ. To them champ. I'll say the champ medal.
We on top, the future empty on top. You ain't on top, only on top. You are the king. Come on down,
Comrades, I am confident of our victory in Central St. Mary. And the reason I am confident of our victory is because we are competing with ourselves. And so what I want to charge every comrade who is here tonight is to make it your resolution. Be resolved to ensure that we get numbers higher than we have ever had in Central St. Mary. Because we're competing with a non-starter. And when we tie up and fill up St. Mary Central, we're going to go over to Southeast. I will go and make the man over there know same time done. And when time we lock up Southeast, we're going over to Western St. Mary. And we're going to make them know that we're bringing real progress to the people of Western St. Mary.
in the crowd, it's so easy.
Listen, comrades, our destinies are locked up together. If the junction road don't fix, it reduces the prospects for people living at the Highgate Division. Because a man now go and come invest in a Highgate when the junction road full of crater from Upper Stony Hill all the way down to the Westmoreland Bridge. And so we are all bound together. And so we have a responsibility to go over Southeast St. Mary. And a man in Southeast St. Mary begged me not to campaign against him. And I want to make it a point. I want to make it on the record that we are going into Southeast St. Mary. And we're going to help Chris Brown. And we're going to go into Enfield. And we're going into Long Road. And we're going into Amata Bay. And we're going into Richmond. And we're locking inside there. Right, sure. That's Southeast. That's good representation. Comrades, we're not running just for the sake of running. We're not looking to win just for the sake of winning. But we're going in because we have concrete plans for this constituency and for the parish of St. Mary. And so I want to tell you that we have concrete plans for youth development for this constituency. Dr. Guy will tell you that when the PNP was last at the wicket, the majority of plans that were developed in the Ministry of Youth had my involvement. And even now, as the current administration tries to do a thing with youth development, we're still implementing programs that have Omar Newell's fingerprint all over it. So when a man wants to size up, ask him what he has done for the youth of this country. I mean, start the graduate work experience program, which they have transferred to Heart. I mean, start the rural youth in entrepreneurship and agriculture program called REAP, which they have transferred to the 4-H club. When I started REAP, I brought young people from St. Mary, carried them down to Manchester to train them, and when they come back, we gave them the inputs in terms of livestock, train them about business, and say, go and go start the agriculture project on your own. And so, my record on youth development is unmatched in this constituency, and I dare say in this country. When it comes down to education, we have already started the work. I hear my comrade brother outline some plans for education, and one of the things they want to focus on are TVET.
I want to tell you, comrade future Minister of Education, they already have a commitment to care for the Horace Clark High School. And I want us to transform it into a center of excellence for technical vocational education and training. And in a few weeks, as our campaign rolls on, I'm going to invite you all to Horace Clark High School before the election. And we're going to donate that car to the school so a child who wants to learn auto mechanic in third form can leave with a level 4 certification. And the car buyer ready. And the car buyer ready. I was begging some equipment to create 2 recording studios for the constituency. We're going to put one at Hart in Port Maria, and we're going to put the other one at Horace Clark High School. Because with Munga and Capleton and Lady Saw and Yaksta and Ninja Man, we sent it in the water in St. Mary. I want to nurture it and get more people involved. And on the matter of housing, I've already brought in a businessman. And I've already put him together with a landowner. And he's looking to build a housing scheme in the Highgate area. And we're looking around to see how we can go about getting one built in the Port Maria area. And it's because we have done the research. And the National Housing Trust says the places with the highest unmet demand for housing is Highgate and Port Maria. The people that are work and them progressive and Comrade Floyd Morris and Mark Golding put forward some good plan. I want to make sure that them in a position and the opportunities are there that them can take advantage of those plans. On the matter of agriculture, I hear my brother talk about 1 meal per day for students in school, and I want to ensure that the students who are in school in St. Mary, the meal they're eating per day grow in a St. Mary soil. And so we're investing in agriculture. And if you read the newspaper a few weeks ago, you would have seen where it said Newell launches its agriculture initiative in St. Mary. We are already working with some farmers in Farmers Heights in Port Maria. So to wrap up, comrades, we're running because we have concrete plans to move the constituency of Central St. Mary forward and to transform the lives of the people of Central St. Mary. And so, comrades, the only thing left for me to ask you is, are you ready for a Mark Golding government? Are you ready? Are you ready for a son of Baylesville, Comrade Floyd Morris, to be your next Minister of Housing? And them say, Rasta not united now organize. And since my job is to introduce the Rasta, are you ready? Divisional conference. One love for Senator, Damian, Lawford.
those on the platform. To the moderators of tonight's activity. To my brethren, Comrade Maurice Guy, Member of Parliament. I'm always respect Maurice Guy because them man them kill champion, them kill champion. When them see you have ability, and encourage it. You have some people who try to stifle ability. And me personally experience that Maurice Guy push you to have talent. And then when we come in and St. Mary, we say that is just what he do. And I'm just a friend to no people go school because of my ability. Maurice Guy. I then want to say to the mayor and the candidates from the local government election, I respect you and I thank you for what you have done for the People's National Party. And the reason them afraid so now is because the councillors showed that when we're serious, we're serious. Respect and thank you, brother. Chris Brown, next member of Parliament for South East. Them say they talk about done and credit alone done. So we say respect the veteran and we look forward. Woodbine not here, but we expect Woodbine to get that one. And why Woodbine got the same on that one is because good will come over you. And the last time I hear this man, I say him Hobia and him Hunkla Hobia man. Hobia work hard. And of course, Emmanuel, my virgin, invested his time, committed himself, and is back to represent his people. You have some people that want to be an MP, and then you have some other people who want to be an example. And this man is an example. That is not where you start, it's where you put him and how it's going to go. You know where he's coming from, and you know where he's going to take you. So this man is not just an MP, he's an example. Respect, over here, love. Senator Floyd, big up yourself. Hey, we don't run for beat them in the Senate. Sometimes we have beat them in the Senate. We don't can't hold me sometimes. Sometimes we have beat them, go and somebody hold me. We don't want to kill them in the night. But big up the senators who are run this thing. Now, what's happening remind me of a song. The song says, by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, and there we were, when you remember, cause the wicked carried us away, required from us a song. Oh, can we sing the Lord's song in our I want to meditate on that song, because that is exactly what is happening at this point in time. It says, by the rivers of Babylon, which is a bad place, is a system made to hold you down. It says they sat by the river of Babylon, and they were sad about where they were, as they remembered a better time and a better place. But they were asking them to sing in enjoyment, even though it was a bad place. That is what we see happening now with the Jamaica Labour Party.
That the roads were mashed up, you should think that is good. That the garbage was stink, you should think that is perfume. That the murder we are going, you should think say is not murder. That nothing is wrong and the sufferation is not sufferation. The only way Babylon could make you sing a song is if it could tell a lie that Babylon is high. The only way Babylon could make you sing a song is if Babylon could trick you into believing that everything was alright. And the only way the JLP can win is if we allow lies to become true. And they're telling lies on the past, they're telling lies on the current, and they're telling lies on the future. The first thing I want you to remember is that every positive change that happened in this country came on the People's National Party. It was Norman Manley that brought political change, that bring us to independence. And you have some people who say, boy, we should have still under England. I want the older people to remind them that in those days, black man couldn't go to hotel. In those days, black people couldn't work a bank. In those days, you were a servant owned by the people who you work for. Then came Michael Manley, who bring ideological change. It's Michael Manley that make a man know say I am a simple man, but simply a man I am. You see, sometimes people don't realize that when you think you're a backdoor boy, or when the front door open, you spill around to the back. You have some people that don't want you to want the chicken breast, you must always want the chicken wing, the chicken back. So when Michael bring ideological changes was to say I am somebody deserving of something. Because if you don't think you're somebody, then you won't think you deserve something. They want you to feel your dog to treat you like that. They want you to think you're nothing to treat you like nothing. And when Michael Manley come to say that no bastard done there again, it was to make every Jamaican know that they were legal in the sight of the law. And somebody in the sight of God. There was a time when you go for chop all banana at the farm, they will come out and say, how much you want? And you say, give me $10. And then look on the next man and say, how much? And they say, give me 8. And it's not done until a man reach $2. It was Michael Manley who come and said there must be a minimum wage for a person who is willing to work. It was Michael Manley who built Jamal. It was Michael Manley that said equal pay for women. It was Michael Manley that said maternity leave with pay. There was a time when a woman was pregnant too, she don't want to lose the work, she rap her belly to make it don't show. Because who they hire? I said, boy, I cannot take somebody with me and go sing up and hire somebody else and pay 2 people. And then PJ Patterson bring infrastructure change. He said the road to development is the development of roads. All these roads, including the one where we drive to Ochireos under PJ Patterson. Highway 2000 under PJ Patterson. Nobody build more house than PJ Patterson. Nobody build more school than PJ Patterson. The park program is PJ Patterson. The toll road is PJ Patterson. And those people who want to criticize PJ Patterson must remember one truth, that when PJ Patterson won, well, PMP won in 1989, poverty was 30%. By the time PJ finished in 2007, poverty was 9%. Reduced poverty by 21%. Now when you say percent, some people might not understand. But 30% means that if you see 3 people, 1 poor, it means that under Eddie Seaga, Jamaicans who were poor was almost 900,000. PJ removed 600,000 from poor. How can that not be a good thing? And then when JP take it back in 2007 under Bruce Golding, poverty increased from 9% to 19%. Bruce Golding put back 300,000 people in poverty. It took Portia Simpson to carry it back down to 11%. Taking back out 280,000 people. Under Andrew Holness, every day 9 more people get poor under Andrew Holness. If you make 9 more people poor every day, how you can want 5 more years? How much would that be? Since Andrew Holness win, poverty has increased to 12.1%. So when we say we are the party for the poor, it's because we try to transform the system to make less people poor. Indeed, I hear them running around and talking about Andrew is great. Like who? I tell them, say Andrew not bright like when me in a 1 grade and them time them in the idol. The highest murder rate in this country under any prime minister was 1,420 under Bruce Golding. The second highest is 1,380 under Andrew Holness. So how now they're going to come and say crime going down in 1 month? We had a good February, and we had a good March, and we had a good last week. I said to you further, that when you look at the circumstances of our infrastructure, and now people only look on the road and say, oh, it's comfortable or me not comfortable. When you have bad roads, it put everything at risk. If your house is burned down, the fire truck either cannot come or it take long. If they get a stroke, by the time you reach a doctor, you're either fully crippled or you're dead. And still, we look at this road infrastructure, and then the Prime Minister who's in charge of roads tell you, say, it's an emergency after 9 years. And they go around and patch, and then promise you that you're going to get 200 roads by September. 200 roads is 3 roads per constituency. It means that in this constituency, you will not even get 1 road per division. And then because it's so enough, we say we want the 200. Port Mariana get them. Because they don't even have 1 per division. And Joel, let's walk around and say he's building houses for the poor. And every day he's on TV showing a house for the poor. In 9 years, they built 280 houses. He says the poor need 6,000 free houses. It will take 168 years to build 6,000 based on what is happening at this time. Who will be around for 168 years? What can go through? But because the people not recognizing these things, they live in hope that maybe the next one will be them. But PJ Patterson alone in 1 year built 10,000 houses over in Greater Portland. Every real development in housing under the People's National Park, including Mona, including Harborview, including Hope Pasture, under the People's National Park. So then we look at what is happening, and we say that we want 1 degree per household. Because we see too much picnic in St. Mary with 10 subjects and catch bags from Chinaman and wholesale. We see too much 9 subject children cannot go to university. And we will never accept a tractor running a taxi instead of being on a farm. But we have doctors and we are saltfish instead of being in a hospital. So we say we want 1 degree per household. And the way to get it is that the first person in every family that matriculate to the university will receive a full scholarship. The JLP said no, we can't do that. Why can't we do that? When we do the total mathematics of the first person in the family, it will be $3 billion. Jamaica have $1,000 billion and we can't find 3 to make a child who can be a doctor, an engineer, be an engineer. Because JLPs are hold down government. If it is not them, it's nobody. They should be the only ones. We see our university feel. But under the People's National Party, when St. Mary escaped on the toll, it's not to go nowhere, it's to go to university and register to be doctors and lawyers and engineers. And that is in the DNA of the People's National Party. We should never be surprised that JLP is against education, because from the start they said they have never seen scholarship, they have only seen sugarship. Remember JLP's education can't. Remember they were against Michael Manley when he said education is free to the university. Let us not forget that PJ Patterson increased education access at the university by 300%. Andrew Holness increased it by 3%. That means that PJ Patterson is 100 times better than Andrew Holness. We said we want 1 meal per child in school. How can a child learn a hungry belly? We see some picnic come to school, and by time it reach 10 o'clock, head up on the decks. We see picnic come to school and look like they want to faint when they go back home. They tell you that 58% of Jamaicans, more than half, have problem finding food. The JLP said no, we can't do that. Explain to me, how can a country be okay with giving 3 meals to an adult in prison, but don't want to give 1 meal to a child in school? How can we afford 3 meals to an adult in prison and tell ourselves that we cannot afford 1 meal to a child in school? And when he comes out of school and become a criminal, you're willing to then take him, give him 30 years and feed him, instead of when he's there for 5 years of it. But I said to you, and I see enough young people, I'm loving. I see some young one here from Odai, I tell you something. Don't make nobody tell you say you don't. If you can walk and talk, you can learn. You never born to walk. You learn to walk. You never born to talk. You learn to talk. But the labor rights want to tell you, say you start at 9 months and done at 19. How can that be possible? What can go wrong? So they're sending you to school with no teacher, and then say how you feel. No book, and then say how you feel. No food, and then say how you feel. But when PMP take over education, The only time they will say labor is labor for learning before you go on. Because learning is better than silver. We will stop sending home our children at 2:30 and no adult reach home till 7. Leaving our little young girls to be molested by adults and our boys to be recruited by them. We're extending the school day to 4:30. And on a Monday and a Wednesday that is homework. And on a Tuesday and a Thursday that is clubs and society. We're ensuring that every child have their books in school. And every child have a meal to eat. We're fighting for our teachers to make sure that America don't look like greener pastures, that they want to stay in Jamaica and teach our children in Jamaica. So tell the teachers that we will make it easier for them to own a house and easier for them to own a car. So when you stay for 5 years, you will get a concession that you can buy your car. And when you go to NHD, you will get a bigger mortgage so you can own your house. Why would we have a system that our best teachers are leaving for the coal when Jamaica is a nice place to live, but Labour don't want you to learn, so they don't fight for teachers. They fight for criminals. And I see them talk about how things are canal. Let me don't forget that JLP hired a lawyer for dollars to prevent dollars from going to foreign. How PLP not talk about JLP things? How can we expect wholeness to fight crime when he was a senior member of the JLP party that decided to fight for dollars? We forget that he was there, but he was very present. We go further and we say that we are going to put a system in place that if you cannot afford the down payment for your house, you can rent an NHT house and some of the rent go to your mortgage. You know how much people pay rent and therefore can't save to buy a house because the rent broke them. I know some people in town that pay 200,000 for rent out at 300,000 salary. The next 100,000 I pay for car, I pay for food, they never own a home. And we say that you have a housing minister from St. Mary's, so therefore no knows on order. We will build houses that you can go into those houses and pay a rent. And if the rent is 80,000, 40,000 is being saved for you, so that when it reaches the down payment, the rent transforms into a mortgage, and then that is right. I hear them say, PMP don't have no idea. When can Labour write a more idea than PMP? Mash down that line. We then go further and say we know that when you need a mortgage, you have to go to the bank with a payslip. How much people don't have a payslip? Who plays down have no payslip? Who go market now no payslip? Who run round robin now no payslip? Who get a little money from them boyfriend and girlfriend now no payslip? Who they on TikTok now no payslip? So we are saying therefore that if you pay the rent for 6 months, that should be accepted as proof that you can afford the mortgage. The only reason for the payslip is proof that you can afford the mortgage. So if you're running round robin, you know much round robin and you have a bigger food and watch your son back. You know much farmer and want bigger food than what wear jacket and tie. That's why we tell them to farm food and stop farm food. That's why I said tie your boat until you can tie your boat. And we start giving cow soon. You say we give a boat, them can
I'm a postman. Well, when I give a code, I'm a cowboy.